The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. That's been cut out, well played.
Now here's a fine representative for the fullbacks union, Peter.
Massimo Otto?
Yeah, it's going to be vital if he imposes himself early, I think, on that flank. He's got great quality on deliveries, as we know, and they've always been a massive part of his game.
Yeah. Fernando Torres. And he's intervened well there. Eto'o! It's Eto'o! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Khan trying to keep this in. Nice looking ball. Otto cuts it out. And he's away. Messi. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Dinks one through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Manchester United have it back and can go again. That's beautifully weighted. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And this is Eto'o. Eto'o unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And he's well positioned here. Loose ball now, and there's a check. Son Heung-min! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, smashing header! Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Succumbs to the pressure. Torres. Julie is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And here's Eto'o. Done delicately. There's the header! Caught offside that time. And he's quick to get it clear again. And that's been won straight back. Now, can they get him away? Khan gets rid without sophistication.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Son Heung-min. It's Son Heung-min! And for a moment, time stood still.
You lucky boy. You lucky, lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Searching pass he's played there. And the first 45 minutes are up. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So your views on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Here we go again then.
Paris Saint-Germain really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Picked out brilliant. Can he finish? He's delivered all right.
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game. But that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
They force the error and extract Messi! They want to be... Oh, it's fallen loose again! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
That looks a cracking ball. Takes a shot! Goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Eto'o really can't believe his luck.
And Van Nistelrooy! Oh, split-second reaction.
Van Nistelrooy is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. Climbs up big! Harmlessly behind. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now he's got space here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Batistuta! Julie, and here's Bale. Oh, shooting chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Bale really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. That's a decent clearance. Backward it goes. Nice sequence of passes this. And he shoots! He scores! Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Well read, nice interception. And it's Bale. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Nicely weighted ball.
Oh, great feat, that.
He's shifting through the gears here. Beckenbauer gets good distance on it. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Messi threads one in.
Paris Saint-Germain really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain.
It's Bale! They've done it! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Bale simply knew the ball was asking to be hit first time because of the way it arrived. And boy, did he hit it.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond.
And the shot! Oh, the ball's... In he goes again! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are pulling clear here. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't... And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. Messi wins the duel this time. And it's Bale. Now that looks a decent ball. No, it's come to nothing. It's a searching pass. David Villa. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Well, there is David Villa, a player whose thirst for goals is unquenchable. One of Spain's finest ever strikers, Jim.
Yes, I think his record speaks for itself, Peter. He's far from just a poacher. I like the way he's constantly on the move, creating space for others, and he's got the creativity to play in deeper roles if needed.
Saliba makes the interception. And it's Pirlo. Nicely shaped ball. Floated through. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Vitinha is the team's great visionary. Thinks one through.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Rafinha, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Torres! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And he's taking no chances there. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Bale. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Torres.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Can he get it through? Messi gets into a good position.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That is good alertness. Mateus. Now it's Villa. Baresi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that has been cut short. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. No way through. Has a look and plays it forward. That's a shade optimistic. Chouameni. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And there is the half-time whistle. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the game has already resumed here.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Good ball. David Villa! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Now it's Rafinha. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And this is Bale. Pinches it off him. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, that's a key intercept. And the keeper's given it away. There's the shot! And it's in! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully. Paris Saint-Germain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Puyol. Madrid have it back and can go again. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when
Real chance! He's got away with one there.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
That's a cute ball. Defending was strong and firm. That's beautifully weighted. David Villa. That is a crunching tackle.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
He's got away.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Vitinha. Pirlo gets it away. Belletti. Ambitious ball here. He's in plenty of space here.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Madrid clearly now in lead preservation mode. Nice looking ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. 2 minutes to be added on. He can run onto that. He has a look up. Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? Delivers the ball.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone.
And time is up. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here. That's been cut out, well played. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne.
Torres! And in he goes again. Bale is flagged offside.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
Tries to play it through. And this is Torres. And Torres! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Fernando Torres really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
And it's Isco. Now it's Ronaldinho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And that has been clubbed away. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Ruben Dias. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. The less said about that pass, the better. Now it's Rafinha. Rafinha, can he get on the end of this? Takes a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Paris Saint-Germain with the corner. They're first. Oh, that one's going nowhere. And that's gone route one. And here's Bale. Shot could be... Real chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Paris Saint-Germain have their second corner now. And he gets rid in a hurry. Vitinha. And he's had a hit! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Tevez. Makaleli.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. This looks promising. Isco is always looking to break lines. Messi threads one in. And he's in on goal. There's the shot! No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Quality ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How would you review the first half?
Paris Saint-Germain may probably be feeling a little aggrieved about not capitalising on such a bright start. Their mood at half-time should be more upbeat. The glass remains half full and it should spur them on.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
The muscular approach does pay off here. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's managed to get rid. That's a sharp pass. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Now, can they get him away? Well read, and the danger is averted. And that was very necessary. Cross goes in there. He gets big. That's a half-decent try. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And the shot! They've scored! And that could well be the winner!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Well, that has not gone well. And now they can clear their lines. And he's managed to gift it back.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And the keeper has it. And now the breakaway. Some resolute defending there. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And smartly reclaimed. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Paris Saint-Germain nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of...
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Paris Saint-Germain have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle. And he's got the beating of his man. Bale! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Del Piero gets it away. Has a shot! Now it's Bale. Bale's cross. Punched away. Great vision. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And he was quick to react.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raul.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and a terrific leader. Talent has to be backed up by hard work and tenacity, and he leads by example, hence the respect he commands.
Nicely aimed pass. And it's Del Piero. Guardiola. Now it's Messi. He's got away. Messi. Messi's cross. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Puskás. And here's Del Piero. And Del Piero! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Cleared without hesitation. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. So we're still where we started right now. Now it's Del Piero. Chips it through. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Just eases him off the ball. Del Piero. And the pass is intercepted. Now that's well seen too. He's having a shot! It's there! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Puskás really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Al Nassr are in front now, the game's only goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Kante with the clearance. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Guardiola. Vitinha. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Belletti. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, easy pickings there. Batistuta. That's an imaginative pass. Cleared away. And there's the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And no, that was never going to make it. Cristiano Ronaldo! That's going to go a long way. Raul plays it in. Baresi attempts a clearance.
Al Nassr couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Now it's Torres. Tries to pass it through. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. That is ended up in no man's land. Ambitious ball here. And he's intervened well there. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Rafinha. Fernando Torres. Now it's Rafinha. Goes for a shot! Oh, what has happened here? Bergomi gets rid without sophistication.
Paris Saint-Germain really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Serginho. And he's managed to get free.
Al Nassr clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And here's Torres. And he's gone looking for safety. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Puskas. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. And he can clear it away. And that has put paid to that. Now it's Puskas. Played into space. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Fernando Torres. He's found a way through. Messi. Now that looks a decent ball. And the shot! It's in! They have stolen level at the last! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think...
And we're done. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Torres. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Nicely weighted ball. Tries to play it through. Messi. Shot a goal! Plenty to aim at. And he shoots! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
I doubt very much that this was... He's having a shot! And that was probably asking just too much.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Now it's Torres. Oh, nicely intercepted. Quarter of an hour played. Bale.
Paris Saint-Germain really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And that's been won straight back. Deftly away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? So much time. Tries a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Vitinha is the team's great visionary.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Puyol. Here's Vitinha. And it's Conte. And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Paris Saint-Germain truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And here's Cruyff. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Cruyff. Nakata. Vitinha. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Paris Saint-Germain really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Musiala, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Paris Saint-Germain come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Julie. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And he's only too happy to take that back. Good Rafinha!
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Rijkaard. Vitinha gets over and intercepts. Time and again they are repelled. Rafinha. Now that looks a decent ball. And he's there to belt it away. And they're quick to get it back. Now it's Bale. That's good running with the ball.
Paris Saint-Germain really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
It's Bale! It's a goal! There seemed no way back, but they are level. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, for me, you can't fault the keeper there. The effort went in at the widest possible point off the upright. Nothing he could do.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Bale! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And he's heaved it away. Rijkaard producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Bale.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Bale is offering some sort of an apology there.
Ah, he made it look.
He's had a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper. And that's that. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Good read, needed to be. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And it's Messi. Hazard. Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Stoichkov. And it's Xavi. Hazard.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Baresi gets it away.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Rodri cuts it out.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Takes a shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
I don't need to tell you he got underneath it, and there's only one place it can go.
Oh, good-looking ball. Well, that has not gone well. That's been drilled forward. Messi. Messi. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Not the most accurate pass. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, it's a promising build-up. There's plenty of really nice passing. Oh, just on the finish!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Paris Saint-Germain still without a single shot on target. Has a shot! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Has a look and plays it forward. Baresi tries to clear. Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. Szoboszlai. Hazard. Now it's Stoichkov. Now it's Szoboszlai. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Searching passes played there. Ajax finding their passes. And he's quick to get it clear again. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Paris Saint-Germain really are going to need to...
There's the shot! And it's a goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And it's hoisted clear. Szoboszlai, look at the... He's having a shot! Saviola is flagged offside. And that was nowhere near his best.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now it's Xavi, and this is Stoichkov. Summerslide! He's scored! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Tries a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Cleared away. Ajax are looking to go forward now. Now it's Hazard. That's a pretty loose pass. Into the last quarter of an hour. Ah, that's a fine interception.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, shooting chance! And it's come back out to him. Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And they've got their lead back. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Goes for a shot! And he's gone looking for safety. Can he get it through? Great ball if he can get there. Decent chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Paris Saint-Germain really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. And he's there to belt it away. And that will be it. Paris Saint-Germain have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Fernando Torres picking up the Man of the Match award. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So that's got things underway. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Nicely weighted ball. And that has been clubbed away. Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, the ball's gone astray. That's a sharp pass. Xabi Alonso. That's a lovely, neat pass. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's onto this. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That is good alertness. Torres. Now it's Rafinha. He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, super. And a chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Bale clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Paris Saint-Germain with the corner. They're first. Keeper has taken decisive action. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Aimed in towards the centre.
Well played and well cleared.
So we're still where we started right now. And it's Bale. Searching passes. Gets his head on it! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Messi gets across and deals with it. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. He steps in, and that's the end of that. It's come through, and he's had a quick look inside. Very nicely done. And he's managed to get free. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Vinicius Junior.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Knocks it into space. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. No, it's come to nothing. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Rodri promptly onto that, and that is that. And he's had it nicked away. Bale. Good ball, good take. Xabi Alonso. Vinicius Junior. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi. And that's it. And Rafinha. Real chance! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So the first... And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. How would you review the first half?
OK, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Paris Saint-Germain can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Paris Saint-Germain carrying a one-goal lead. Now that looks a decent ball. Van der Vaart! Van der Vaart!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, good take and a good chance for a shot! And that was very necessary. And the shot's on here. Oh, shooting chance! Really well taken goal. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
There was a distinct lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy. That's poor defence.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Van der Vaart.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Paris Saint-Germain are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. He's picked his way through. Oh, important interception.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bit too much weight on the pass. Oh, there's the clearance. Now it's Rafinha. That ball looks a good one. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Serginho gets over and intercepts. Played into space out wide. Messi has created one goal already. Looking for a runner. Now that's well seen too. Now it's Rafinha. Looking for the run. It's played through for him. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Khan clears. Has a look and plays it forward. Can he get it through?
Paris Saint-Germain clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Bale. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now it's Rafinha, and that's been intercepted.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Bale. De Bruyne. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Now it's Rafinha. And that is that. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And that gets things running. Oh, beautifully shaped ball. Van Bouten gets rid without sophistication.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, perfectly measured that. And that's a chance! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Messi. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Passing is crisp and sharp. It's a threatening ball. And he's straight offside. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Mbappe! Beckham showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Maldini cuts out the pass. Deftly away. Beckham wins the duel this time. Now it's Mbappe. Van Bouten gets over and intercepts. And he was quick to react. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And he's picked it up out wide. That's going to go a long way. Now it's Isco. Can he spark a counter here? And here's Van Nistelrooy.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Beckham. Torres. And it's Isco. Van Nistelrooy.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Beckham. He's tried one! Now, who's going to be first to this? That's the throw. Baresi is there to clear. This looks promising. Takes a shot! There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Paris Saint-Germain really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Paris Saint-Germain leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Paris Saint-Germain definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Oh, what a ball! Well, there's the clearance. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Real chance! Decent enough try.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Oh, good spread. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And he's intervened well there. Plays a sharp little ball here. Picked up, and a shot! He's scored! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Mbappe! It's a goal! Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Hullet chasing after it. Vitinha makes the interception. And now they can clear their lines. And they're back on the ball again. Paris Saint-Germain are looking pretty rattled at the moment, Jim.
There's no doubt about that, Peter. It looked...
And a chance! They've done it! And he is just ripping it up! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical.
Can he finish? He scores! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish and he came up trumps.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now. Forlan really was well marshalled there because...
And the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
This usually is the time
Beckham! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
Serginho is there and he can get that clear. Beckham. Vitinha calmly anticipates. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And this is Batistuta. He's found a way through. And he's in on... And Torres! Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Messi.
And that will be it. Paris Saint-Germain have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Fernando Torres reflecting on a stellar performance and now taking home a permanent reminder for his mantelpiece. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. And he skips past his man. Oh, good-looking ball.
This is the time you need that pace.
And that's a dangerous... He's had a shot! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
He's having a shot! And he hits the net. They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Vieira. Great ball, and he's in here. Neymar. Oh, easy pickings there. Now, can they get him away? Well, that's beautifully weighted. And a shot! And yes, it's there! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Paris Saint-Germain get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Zanetti.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Now it's Torres. And no, that was never going to make it. Plays a sharp little ball here. Vieira. Neymar goes on a charge down the left. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Araujo. Pull it. Picked out brilliantly.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Beckham. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Cannavaro, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That is good strength. It's Neymar! And we have our very first corner. Deftly away. We are into stoppage time. Bale tries to pass it through. Thuram gets across to Inter. There's the whistle for half-time. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And we're underway again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Thuram. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Platini. Looking for the run. That ball looks a good one. Pele! It's there! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Borussia Dortmund go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
That has the feeling...
It's Pele! Beckham. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's found... Goes for a shot! Euphoria! Utopia! And they are cavorting! And they are cruising away! And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So now the difference is 3.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Nicely weighted ball. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Thuram spots it and intercepts. Platini. Platini tries making a foray down the right.
Platini really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Has a shot! Magnificent! About as smooth as it gets. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Shoots! He has done it! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Borussia Dortmund blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. And that is a little undercooked. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Platini. Can he get on the end of this? That looks a good ball through. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Paris Saint-Germain have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Paris Saint-Germain desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're up and running. A probing pass. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And he cuts out the supply. Now, can they get him away? Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. And he's there to belt it away. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Torres proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Paris Saint-Germain have themselves a chance from the spot. So the most significant moment of the game. And he's buried it, 1-0. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
So a breakthrough already. Mbappe. And that is as far as they're going to go. He can get that clear. And that's been won straight back. Threads one in. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Cannavaro gathers from the goal kick. Looking for the run. Oh, good take and a good... There's the shot! It's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Barcelona really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Paris Saint-Germain are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Mbappe! That is decidedly lacking.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Torres. And here's Messi. Rijkaard. Good running, strong and purposeful. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Looking for options for movement. And this is Batistuta. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Nicely shaped ball. Pau Kubasi makes the interception. Might be danger here. And that'll be the last act of the first half.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Paris Saint-Germain go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. So off we go once more. He won't be happy with that one. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. And that has been knocked clear. And he's straight offside. And he's been shifted off it. And it's Beckham. Paris Saint-Germain do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Serginho. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's a fine interception. Cannavaro gets good distance on it. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Aimed beyond the defence. Nice interception, well timed. Time and again they are repelled. Torres chasing after it. Beckham. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Neymar. Neymar. Real chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Paris Saint-Germain do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, that's a key interception.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Well timed, excellent interception. And he's intervened well there. No way through. And here's the chance to counter. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. So here comes a substitution.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Now it's Neymar. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Paris Saint-Germain have got it back and they'll have an... Here's a chance! Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Baresi gets it away.
That's just...
And time is up. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. Hazard, played out wide, back into the middle. A hefty challenge, but fair enough. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Great vision. Can he latch on to this? Bale. Oh, that's fabulous. Makalele did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Pinches it off him. And it's Neymar. And this is Bale. It's Bale! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Messi has it out wide and in space. Still goalless. Makalele. Passing is crisp and sharp. Tries to play it through. Torres! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Baresi is there and he can get that clear.
Fernando Torres is looking really fired up here, Peter.
Well, he's been a favourite of yours for years, hasn't he?
Well, club biases aside, I don't think I've ever seen a striker who's so outstanding both inside and outside the box and who routinely makes the spectacular seem ordinary.
And his numbers are a long, long way from ordinary. Beckenbauer spots it and intercepts. Isco. Oh, this is a terrific run. He's in plenty of space here. Kante clears it away. And reclaimed it in a trice. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And he's managed to gift it back. Vitinha is always scanning the pitch for targets.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a decent clearance. That's been cut out, well played. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Played back to the goalkeeper. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Messi. Now it's Bale. Looking to play him in.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Conte. Now it's Neymar. Hazard. And the whistle goes for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. So neither side has yet broken through. Roberto Baggio. And it's Isco. Vitinha. A probing pass. Makalele gets across to intercept that. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bale. Oh, some tackle that. And it's Baggio. And the pass is intercepted. And no, that was never going to make it. Roberto Baggio. Can he get on the end of this? Well, that's beautifully weighted. Now there's a... And the shot! He has done it! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Paris Saint-Germain have taken the lead.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Played into space. Good ball, good take. Bale is flagged offside. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Messi. And it's Hazard. And here's Batistuta.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Bale, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Adams makes the interception. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Threads one in.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that has put paid to that. David Villa.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now that looks a decent ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Five minutes left on the clock.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Adams cuts out the pass. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Kante gets good to... Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway. No, he refuses to take the bait. Baresi makes the interception. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that looks a decent ball. And reclaimed it in a... Now he's tried one! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Forlan aimed beyond the defence.
Christian Vieri will be so important today, Peter. He's a player that can hurt you in so many different ways.
And what might they be?
Well, he's got the power to bully defenders, the ability to hold up the ball, but what impresses me most about him is the pace to run in behind. Sometimes you really can go route one with him and he'll just do the rest. The guy's a tank.
Now it's Neymar, and he was quick to react. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Portugal clearly can help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always good.
Great chance! Dealt with nicely by the defence. Puyol. And here's Vieri. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. It's Vieri! Oh, my word, that is quite something! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Portugal have penetrated for the first time.
It's so often the case with goals.
Tries a shot! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Messi. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Messi. That's an imaginative pass. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And this is Torres. Can he get on the end of this? What a throw in. Oh, can he get onto this? And it's Neymar. And it's lofted through here. Kimmich. And the whistle goes for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far. So it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. The second half then just getting going. That's been cut out, well played. Vitinha is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Neymar! They've scored!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And the ball is out of play. Oh, that's a key interception. Pedri tries to pass it through. Batistuta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That looks a good ball through. Chance for a shot! And no, that was never going to make it. Lovely. It's fallen! They want to be quick to recover this.
Portugal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And he's intervened well there. Messi! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And that's really well manoeuvred.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Paris Saint-Germain clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Nicely aimed pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome. Oh, what has happened here? Early ball out from the back. Portugal have got it back and they'll have another go. And this is Neymar. Portugal needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for...
Real chance! Kimmich gets it clear. Oh, good-looking ball. And that's that. Paris Saint-Germain have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through.